Hi guys, welcome back on board of Crypto Cruiser. It's me Chris, and today we're gonna talk about Bitcoin and how I was able to predict going above the 64,500, and that's exactly what we did. We broke out of this huge resistance line, as I've told you yesterday, and a continuation of the trend on the upside. So now, what potentially can happen is if probably we can come back and retest this resistance line and turn into support. And so prices at around 63,000, at around 63,100, perhaps Bitcoin will go to retest this resistance line and then on the upside. And yeah, we're heading for 67, 68,000 in the immediate short term. This is just my personal opinion, of course. Um, but let's just turn back the chart and how I was able to predict this dump, the bounce back, the consolidation phase, the local top. How did I know that from here, from 66,000, that we're dropping to prices below 60, and then that we're gonna have a final wash off at prices below 50,000? How did I know that? Well, because S&P 500 was already correcting. So as we can clearly see, if we zoom out, we clearly see the bottom was at in October of 2022, right? But along the way, we had quite a lot of corrections. We had one in December, another one in March of 23. We had a huge one between the period of end of July and end of October, over 15% correction on the downside, and a lot of these big YouTubers were saying, "Oh, we're going to the abyss, and we're in a bear market." Well, no, I actually called it, and it was very beneficial for me because we followed the continuation of the trend on the upside. Then, of course, we had a forward correction in April, and then we had another one here now in July and August. So nothing goes in a straight up line. There's gonna be corrections along the way. But overall, we have to say we're in a raging bull market, and the continuation of the trend, it's on the upside. Now, if we gonna go and see some like bottom formation, right? Like if we're gonna see a top formation, and we clearly see like a huge dump or like setting up lower highs and lower lows, then probably we have to reconsider. But so far, so good. And here, I've said this is just a correction, a 10% regular correction, ABC, and I anticipate a huge V-shaped recovery. I mean, you can turn back some of my videos, guys. Everything has been documented, and you can clearly see what I've said and what actually happened. We had that V-shaped recovery bouncing almost at all-time highs, and I said it will be healthy for the overall bull trend to come back to this resistance line, turn into support, and continuation of the trend. And we actually bounced back. We turned it into support, continuation of the trend perfectly, and in the process we formed a reverse head and shoulders. That's a bullish pattern, and measured from the head to the top here, the prices, it has to be over 6,200. So this is my anticipation and my expectation. By the end of the year, early next one, Bitcoin going above 6,000, apparently 6,200, and then potentially we can test this trend line again, and going much further to 6,600. And now if we break out of this this huge resistance line, then I don't know, then we're going much further than that. But let's see, let's take one trade at a time and just consider it on a daily basis how we're heading. But again, on the 4 hourly chart, Bitcoin looks extremely bullish, setting up higher lows, higher highs. Now we broke out of this local top. The previous top was around 64,400, so below 64,500. Today, I told you that we're gonna snap above 64,500, and that's exactly what we did. And now probably, as I've said, we can potentially come back to this resistance line at 63,000, turn into support and continuation of the trend. And I'm not going to be surprised at all by the end of the week we start hitting price of above 67, 68, maybe consolidate from 60. If we go to 68 in the immediate short term, maybe we'll come back as well. We test this previous local top at 66,500. We turn the 66,500 previous local top into support, and then continuation of the trend is start hitting price of above 70,000. What else is bringing me a lot of confidence is this triangle pattern, having lower highs and higher lows, and usually it's 50-50 where they break out on the downside or on the upside, but in this case we actually broke out on the upside. Here on 19th of September we broke out on the upside. We tested this previous resistance line. We turn it into support, right? Once we turn it into support again, huge bounce, continuation of the trend, another bullish formation, and there's another confirmation that we're in a bull trend on the 4-hourly chart. To me that looks like a ascending triangle pattern which is bullish, and of course if we measure it from the bottom to the top, that's around 17,000. So if something like that plays out, I mean, here, so first we've already broke out of this triangle pattern here. So if we measured, potentially we can come and test prices of around 75, 76, 77,000 by the end of the month. By the end of the month, I anticipate hitting all-time highs. Um, why do I think so? As I've said, because overall, Bitcoin chart looks extremely bullish. And listen, guys, I had quite a lot of trades, especially here. The wash off, the shake off, the breakdown, the bear trap. Here, I've called it. I said a huge bounce back. That's what we did. The consolidation phase, the previous chart pattern that I've been telling you was predicting every single move here for this in this consolidation phase, and the local top at 65. I called that one as well. And then I said there's gonna be from 65 we're gonna drop down to 57, 58. That's what we did. In the process we formed like a bearish pattern. We formed head and shoulders, and I said further down to 55, 54, but this is not gonna be the bottom. The bottom will be at 52. So we formed another descending triangle pattern. We dropped to 52, retest a 52, 53. We went to 53, took this bear trap at 57. We start hitting price of above 57, and from that moment on I turned bullish on the short term, and I've always been bullish on the long term. And the previous chart pattern that I've been showing you was perfect until this Middle East escalation, this black swan event that happened. We dropped, and then another final drop. But for me, that's just a retest of this huge resistance line. We turn into support, continuation of the trend. Overall, the trend is on the upside, so I don't think that there should be some you should worry about anything. But again, if there's another escalation, like another war somewhere, or if we're in the cusp of a global war, World War III, then perhaps we have to reconsider. But then again, we have to see the charts, what they're telling us. I think so far so good. Again, anything I say in this video is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. Yeah, guys, I think just to conclude, we took this high at 64,500, consolidate a little bit, maybe we come back, retest this previous resistance line at 63. We snap above prices of around 67, 68,000 in the immediate short term. In this week at 60, 67, 68, probably will come back, retest this local top at 66,500, and then snap above 70,000. I don't know if this huge move on the once we start hitting price of above 70,000 will happen this week, but potentially it can happen this week. By the end of the month, I'm quite confident to say that we are going above 70,000. This is just my personal opinion. Of course, if there's no major escalation, as I've said, or something like a black swan event. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments in the comment section. I really appreciate every single one of you. And of course, for all those of you who are returning viewers, please subscribe. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to get my crypto guidebook that I personally wrote, over 60 pages, filled with very useful information about this bull cycle that we're in, about chart analysis, market research, over 8 different crypto asset groups. I think you'll be very interested for you to find out what this book is all about. I think it can be quite useful. Once again, guys, and thanks for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.